So we're going to go back to where it all started for most, not for E,
Yeah, for
but
most,
for
right, for
most, what
most.
the public knows about it, and we're going
Yeah,
to go deep into it.
absolutely.
Man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. I got you. I know you brushed it out, but I got you. He had him held down. I need you for an illustration. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answer the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? Lee, I'm looking for a different word though than lip. What's that word? He said I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
So, E, now, like I said, most people saw that life change. That's when it really started to blow up, right? From a branding and business standpoint, like what was the beginning stages after that video came out?
It was, and again, it was CJ because I wasn't doing anything in that room, that I don't ever do. I was desperate, you know. I was desperate. I was like, man, these kids, they about to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? These kids about to go to jail. Some of these girls about to get pregnant and they about to screw their life up forever. And I'm not suggesting that having a baby is the worst thing that can happen. But in terms of that wasn't their goal. That wasn't why they were at Michigan State University. And I think that is one of the maybe 10, 20 times, that I poured my soul out in that way. And I think what happened that night, CJ was like, yo, I've never seen anything like it before. We have to get that person in front of as many people as we possibly can. So what's crazy is, yeah, it was pseudo branding in that at that time, what we know as branding doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
branding as we know it now, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't going down like that in 2007, 2008, but for CJ, branding meaning that, yo, what I just seen right there, I've never seen anything like that in my life. We got to package that.
Right.
We got to get that. This is what he said after that night. I'm about to make you a household name. He was like, yo, I got to get you in front of every single human I possibly can. Because if you can continue to do that, we're going to be able to help humans change their lives. And he believed that.
Love it. Love it. Now, what did you expect, if anything, from the making of that video? Because I think people see it and they think like, oh, that's the it's viral, everything like that. Did you know that was going to go viral?
Well, let me say this to you guys. First and foremost, we didn't even record the video. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't intentional or deliberate. We didn't do it.
Right.
There was a gentleman by the name of Ken Nelson who was finishing his master's program, and he did a documentary on me in California.
Right.
But unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but when he videoed me in California, he didn't have me speaking, and he wanted something like with me, like speaking. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna come up to your program and I'm gonna record it. I was like, all right, bet. When I tell you I was agitated, my man got this big old mic on my shirt. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is like 2007, like a dinosaur microphone. I'm talking about huge with a big cord
Right.
coming under my, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Camera in my face. We had never videoed anything I had done, not to that extent, he had the recorder, like mic check. I'm like, bruh, you killing me. Like, you actually taking me out of my zone right now. You aggravate me. But I was like, whatever, you need it for school, whatever. So he did it. And I'll never forget, CJ was like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny, but that message was so powerful. We need to show it to the students, like every year when they come in as freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing we need to do is show them that video. So everybody was like, yo, where that video at? We was like, we don't know. And so that's when I was like, ask Ken. And so we asked Ken, and Ken was like, I got it on DVD. It was like DVD. Like, DVD was shifting at that time.
Right.
So it was like, like you couldn't go to every room on campus and have access to a DVD player. You know, DVDs was big, but it was a point where it was transitioning out, and it wasn't transitioning out to something else. Remember, it was VHS. Well, I'm sorry, youngins. It was 8-track. It was cassette player. It was VHS. It was CD.
Right.
Then it was DVD. I remember blue. What was it? What was it? Blu-ray came out.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. Everybody, Blu-ray, right? So anyway, we didn't have a place to play it. And one of the younger students was like, yo, y'all can put it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We was like, what? It was like, yo, you can put it up on YouTube. But at that time, YouTube wasn't what it is today. YouTube was literally like, and you guys can give me an example, like iClouds.
Right.
YouTube was like iClouds.
Just store it.
Facts. That's all you did was you stored it on YouTube.
Right.
So when you wanted to go back and view it, you could go back and view it. You feel me? But at that time, people weren't like spreading it.
Right.
It was just like, yo, you put it up there. You ever need to use it like a resume, you can go back, you know what I'm saying, and get it. And we put it up and we literally showed it, you know, every program.
Mm-hmm.
And then the university asked us, they were like, yo, when we have orientation for all the students, we want to play it for the students for orientation. We was like, all right, bet. We start playing it for orientation. And then some kind of way, it started to spread. Now, not like y'all think, not like, you know, multiple thousands at a time.
Right.
Just kind of like 100. We like, ooh, 300. We like, ooh,
It's a big deal. That's a big deal. Don't play that. That's big.
Spread. Yeah, you know, so first, all the students that were watching it, we weren't really counting, but we knew, man, a lot of kids on campus is checking this out.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it started spreading on YouTube, then we knew, this thing is, it's taking a life of its own.
That's dope. Moose, you there? You good?
Yeah. Yep. Wow. That's powerful. And then talk to us from a business standpoint, because I think that not just jump started, but it probably picked up a lot more of your speaking opportunities, I imagine.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what are some things that you started doing from a business standpoint to prepare yourself to meet the needs of all these requests. Because it's like, that's everybody's dream. It's like, oh, I got, you know, people reaching out, I'm in demand. But there are some things that you have to do from a business standpoint.
Yeah, can I say this though? There was no demand at first because I had a job at Michigan State University. You feel me? So I couldn't just be leaving my job and going to speak, you know? So I don't even think we sold it as Eric Thomas can come speak. We sold it more as, yo, we can come to your school and do the same program. You feel me? Because like that was, I'm not trying to, like, I don't know if this makes sense, but like that was the lane that we were in. Like that wasn't about commercials or NFL or NBA. That was about talking to Black male students.
Right.
So in our mind, we were like, yo, we can go to Michigan with this. We can go to Purdue with this. We can go to Indiana with this. We can go to Wisconsin with this. Like we were just thinking about schools like Northwestern. We were just thinking about the local schools in the Big Ten. You feel me? Iowa. We weren't really thinking about corporate or nothing or like other college and stuff. No way. We were just in the lane. So we would literally send it to other universities like, yo, we can come and do this same program. And here's what's crazy. It wasn't until other institutions saw it that way that we even knew we could promote it that way. Right? I don't know if that makes sense, but we never even knew we could do that. We just kept doing it for the students that we were doing it for, African-American males. And so we went to Indiana and did a program. You feel me? Like we would literally go to different schools, Michigan, you know, other places on campus, Michigan State, and we were talking to African-American male students. And of course, you know, other people would be there, but that was our focus. It wasn't until, I'm gonna be honest, there was a DJ, I don't remember his name, but there was a hip hop artist out of New York that started like rotating amongst his people, and cats was like, oh man, that's fire, right? But still it was just like, that's a hype video. And I started getting, my name got out there, but it still wasn't like, come speak. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until we left the job in 2010. And when LeBron played it, I don't remember what year that was, but LeBron played it when they won, I don't remember what game it was, but they beat, I don't know who they played, but it was Miami. They won their first series. And LeBron had played it, and Coach Sporstrom, whatever his name is, he talked about in an interview, whatever, and LeBron was saying something that, huddle, like, almost like when you want to succeed, bad, you want to breathe. That's when people start going, yo, if LeBron them use it in their locker room, college students could use it in their locker room. And you know what I'm saying? And so that's what we start doing. We start going to colleges, basketball, football. Then when those kids went to the NFL, they was like, yo, coach, you need to come to the NFL. And then CJ took that same thing, cut it up, did mixtapes, like add music to it. And now corporate is listening to it, and their people are getting fired up. So they're saying, so look, it literally took a life of its own. Like whoever in that industry thought enough to play it, then that industry thought enough. Like, yo, I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. We didn't even think, it wasn't until somebody who was a maverick, an innovator in an industry. Now look, it had been a voiceover since day one. When you really think about it, it was a voiceover. But it wasn't until Giovanni was working out and put music and then my voice under it. It wasn't until Dick's Sporting Goods called me, Rebel Sports called me, Goodyear Tire. Nobody had ever thought to use me for a voiceover until somebody did a voiceover. So it's crazy. It was so organic because C had the presence of mind to do a website, to start putting it up and spreading it. But we never thought that the video itself would introduce us to different industries.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get it right.